Movie starts with a Marvel's mood-making music. He is here for Logan. He thinks Wolverine is alive and is digging his grave. His world is dependent on Wolverine. And here he goes. Beats it with a shovel until gets the shovel broken. It seems even his spirit has got post-mortemed. Only his number of bones are left. He talks to his talkless structure. There is a sound, and soldiers of TVA appear. He hides and gives them a warning. Here is our Wade Winston Wilson. TVA has released his arrest warrant. He says neither he will give his arms and nor will use them, so he gets out in a proper way. Music starts, and his first Bone movies to get soldier. More are here, one for one. He dances along while he kills them. Baby pa pa pa. Breaks their heads, their opsy parts, and 3 at once, and the last one loses head. There is still more to go, and even more are coming. Now he brutally kills them. Sets Wolverine's paws and makes pose. He want to be something else than this one. And it comes to that day when he time-traveled to a day in the past and changed everything. It's Earth 616. He is giving his interview for Avengers. Says he is soft-hearted and feels something. So he want to be an Avenger and want to show his girlfriend that he can do something. Iron Man Stark is not coming for such small interviews. He was driver of Iron Man in Start, now he's head of security here. That's why he says and asks about his working with a team experience. He was in Special Forces and was founded of X-Force, and they all perished in their first action. He tells him now that he want to be an Avenger because his girlfriend is pissed off of his action. Man says people learn from us. He is an Avenger, superpowers doing punctures? Says sorry. Man says Avengers work because people need them and not because they need it. He gets up and tells him to dream in a limit and asks him to enjoy his life. He hugs him back and asks to get the car to bring milk and eggs. Door closes on him. Now Earth 1005. 6 years later. He is working as a car consultant and tells them about what people try. He uses strong language and says he don't have kids. It's not like he don't want. He just don't do it a lot actually. His friend Peter want to see him as Deadpool again. Wade says he's not made for selling cars. Peter says in a month he should do a few missions. A man is taking his photos. He sees him and moves on. He opens door and here is today, his birthday. His old friend tells him a story. Asks an old woman about how her dream catchers on Fancy are going on. He has some money by selling her blood pressure medicines. This man saw Great Britain make odd again. That's Wade's way to survive suicide. He talks bundles, lets him talk. He calls his hair summer balayage from French. It's a cheap wig. She likes his hair system. He forbids her to use cocaine since Marvel might be seeing. They know all code words like even disco dust, white girl interrupter, poke show, etc. Peter shows friends his chain. He thanks her ex to come. She has got a promotion to a boring manager post. She has a boy from the office. He is German and still did not has got her killed. He's with no one. They celebrate it. He says you circle once moon and New Year comes. Blind woman corrects him. He is telling them about the scary journey of life. He stops him with strong language. She says it's okay. He is happy because everyone he loves is right now in this room. Goes down and blows off. TVA is at the door. Tells them about their costumes and asks their song to dance. They show him weapons. He asks them to get into the hallway. Someone from behind takes him. He is here without a wig, and TVA man Paradox is here. Tells him that they are police for the protection of the sacred timeline. Wade had used Cable's time machine to get people across the timeline and destroyed it. But he is not here for that at all. Brings him to the main room. He tells him that he is chosen for a big purpose, which even Paradox does not know, but it's a purpose to save the entire timeline from future terrible fate. Just like Avengers saved the world. So now, Wade will go into the MCU and will see a lot. He shows him the future of Avengers and salutes him. He does back. He can be a hero. Of heroes. Thor is crying for him in the future. He says it's in the future. Paradox says he is going to get to another timeline while leaving his own. Wade says now Marvel's good days are here because he has just become a Marvel saver. There is no signed contract here. He wants his costume. Taylor is ready. He fixes it on him with fixing and guns. And he showcases. He praises his tailor, but he is a predator, especially this one. He is telling HR. He wants 7 days work and 7 days off in work, so he wants him to send him back home. Paradox says when there is no home left, this is his world. It's losing its anchor. Deadpool thinks it is about him. Paradox tells him that it was someone, this man, Logan Wolverine. Everyone is sad at this scene when he died at the hands of X-23. Wade says this wolf. Paradox says often it takes a few thousand years for a timeline to end, but he is going to boost its time. He will go against TVA's rule to not break any timeline. It is a time ripple. After it's prepared, it will erase his world in a second or less. He takes it off, and soldiers come ahead. Paradox is going to encounter Wade's world in the next 72 hours. He says he must have some worth, so he should join the sacred timeline. Wade says, where's it, that he will do it. He will find Wolverine and break his nose, jumps, catches the pad, and before he falls on the Predator, he disappears. So fast forward to today. Paradox found him here, and he became a Wolverine today. Kills them brutally and especially their parts. He can't get them out of them. The soldier says he will take revenge for playing with hero Logan's left body. He finishes him for saying the hero's dialogues as a junior artist. Now he's finding a Logan. Hers is first. He is learning to walk. Gets to another gangsta, another player. One with muscles. One is Western, one hung up. One in the forest fighting Hulk. Each one of them kills him except the hung one. One with muscles is Henry Cavill. He says hi on behalf of all fans. He sends him to the right place. He's seeming worthy and drunk. He says now drinks will work. He tells him that he's Wolverine and he's here for him. Wade says his world needs him. This Logan is not violent and is sad and violent. And with little pause now, he shows him a gun to go with him now. He first has to drink. He drinks the whole bottle and passes out. He has an underneath suit. He brings him to Paradox. Wade's world was ending because Wolverine gave his life. Paradox says this worst one let down his whole world and did things above forgiveness. Paradox says he gave him a chance and he broke it by breaking his nose. Killed dozens of his soldiers. He is eating and peckish, welcomes him to MCU. He asks Paradox to call the boss an upper boss. Silence tells him that bosses aren't aware of all this. Before he goes up, he erases him and erases him as well. They end up in the same place once Loki from Loki series did. He gets to him and removes Wade's itchiness. It looks like a Mad Max kind of place. Wade says they have to get to Paradox to save his world. Ignites Logan's fire by talking about his lost world. He attacks him and both kill each other with bullets and paws. They get into pose to fight. Wolverine is in the mood to kill today. He has mags. It's time to enjoy. He loads and shoots first. Wolf survives all and engages in sword to paws fight. Tries a lot, but can't get Deadpool. Pool gets him with his swords and his small knife. Now it's Logan's time. Wade says Paradox can fix Logan's world by going in the past. Another man says if they fight against each other, they will lose. It's a superstar. Wade warns him about his tongue and cocaine habits. They are coming, just like in Mad Max. He lands. It's Captain. They get here and surround them with weird creatures. Wade says he will stay with Captain. Cassandra would be crazy happy to have these. He says something stupid and becomes fire. Attacks them until runs out of power and falls right down on fence and on the ground. It's Logan's brother, Sabretooth. He wants time, so fixes him for fight and motivates him. Both pose, attack, stop, and Sabretooth loses his head. He tells them about this head of Furiosa. Logan says who is next? Who is next is Toad, and he gets them into their cage. Just like in Mad Max, roads they are taking them, but both together tied. 4 says this is Void and Purgatory. They call it metaphysical junkyard for everything's annihilation. And Annihilator Lion is here, the same one from Loki Season 1, Episode 5. Everyone is running from it and trying to get out of here. 4 says either to dance on floor for Cassandra or get eaten by Lion. They are almost near to their destination, and it's a huge dead Ant-Man. Now a headquarters of Cassandra and several predators. Ant-Man's 3D door opens. Everyone has eyes for her. It's not Charles. She is Charles's twin sister and tried to kill him before birth. She is Cassandra Nova, puts ropes down, calls him Johnny. Deadpool tells what Johnny said about her, that she is hungry for empire, a witch, and psychotic, etc. And he said this finger-licking pixie slab, dome-stored nut milk will go to Bald's hell after making it rough. He says hats off to him. She takes off his skin and kills him. She says Lion is hungry. He tells her that he has to save the world. She says he does not seem that type who saves the world. She got this chair from someone who came here. She says Wolverine and her will make a good match. TVA did put her here before she learned to walk. She is the queen of this void paradise. As she teases him, he attacks her. She gets him under soil and sends him somewhere. He just wants to save his friend. She gets into his mind to know about his past.